Good morning. I am Shelby, the Fit Foodie Farmer, and I am about to sell some plants. Today is the official, I'm taking all my plants to work to try to sell them, but I've actually sold a pretty good many before today, so I'm actually really happy so far with everything that's went on with the plant sale. I put it out on social media and I had a bunch of people reach out to me, just word of mouth. But today is the actual, I'm taking it to work to try to sell the rest of it. I was a little disappointed because I feel like everything looked really good when we got back from Ohio, and right now everything kind of looks a little puny, and so I'm a little worried about that. I brought them inside last night and put them under the grow lights just to kind of maybe perk them up a little bit, gave them a nice drink of water. But I've got everybody separated and brought everything up from the greenhouse last night because it's currently 4:30 right now. I have to go to the gym and train a client before work right quick. And then be at work early enough to kind of set this up. So fingers crossed everything goes good today and people kind of like what I've got. But if not, if I have to bring all of this stuff home, that is perfectly okay with me. I will plant all of this stuff in my garden. But this has brought me a lot of joy, but today I am kind of nervous, so we'll see how it goes. I will jump back on here after the plant sale and let you know how it went, but let me show you what all the babies look like before I go. So those are a lot of the flowers. Here are a lot of the herbs, and everything's looking a little bit better. The sunnies were kind of looking puny before I put them under the grow light. Some stuff is still kind of small. The zinnias are looking good. Tomato plants for the most part are looking good. These are some herbs and stuff that I've already got. So some of these tomato plants, they're looking a little droopy. So I guess maybe they just need a little drink of water, but I don't want to water them too much before I have to put them in my truck. But I'm still kind of learning when the appropriate time to plant is, because I feel like these are a little bit too small. I feel like the okra is probably pretty good. That's probably just right. The peppers, like I was saying in my first plant sale video, they're looking a little small compared to last year, so I'm a little disappointed. But you know what? It is what it is. We're just going to roll with it and see what happens. All right, I've got everything packed up in the truck, and let me just tell you, it is packed to the gills. I have 8 flats in the back of my truck, and that is about all I can get. So the results of my first plant sale are in. I've had a super long day today. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning loading the plants up, getting ready to go to the gym and train some this evening, and sold plants basically all day. I had some deliveries to make. I gave away a lot of plants as well. I think I started out with 8 or 9 flats this morning when I was loading up, and then I came home with like 4, I believe. So honestly, I have been pleasantly surprised at the first plant sale that I've ever done. Last year I feel like I would have had even more success because my plants looked tremendously better and bigger than this year, but you know, I just decided let's go ahead and give it a shot. Now is as good a time as any. If not now, when? So I really didn't have high expectations at all, and the light just came on. I really didn't think that I would sell that much, so I went into it kind of thinking, you know, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm not going to make that much money. I'm not going to make near what I've put in it. And I kind of knew that going into it, and I still have not actually started profiting yet. Compared to what I have spent so far just this year alone. I could have went a little bit cheaper, but y'all know my love of seeds and plants, so I just bought what I wanted, and so I'm not really worried about really getting rich, making money. I have a full-time job. I have a part-time job, and now selling plants, it feels like another full-time job babying those, but honestly, it just brings my heart so much joy to see people really love plants, love seedlings, love growing beautiful things. Like, that's what makes me happy. So if I can put a smile on a face by selling a plant or giving a plant or a flower, I'm most definitely going to do that. One thing that I noticed, I did not have as much vegetable plants that people really wanted in my area, and I kind of knew that going into it. I knew people just wanted your typical Cherokee purple tomatoes. They want your regular squash, yellow squash, regular green zucchini, and cucumbers. That's really the only thing that's sold out and sold really well. Peppers did okay. Okra did pretty good. We are in the South after all. Watermelon didn't do too good. Spaghetti squash surprisingly did okay. But the flowers really surprised me. Nobody really wanted many flowers. The flowers and even the herbs were just kind of overlooked. And so, not that there's anything wrong with that. That was just kind of surprising, because me being a teacher, I figured that I would have a lot of women that would be interested in flowers, and that's totally okay, because just like I said this morning, whatever I don't sell, I'm gonna plant in my garden, and I don't care if it's vegetables, I don't care if it's flowers. I'm not going to compost any little plant seedling that I've started, but I do think that I'm gonna start a couple more things for a couple more people. But it's going to be quick growing things like cucumber, squash that has a quick germination rate, and they grow pretty fast. So I'm getting most all of my stuff in the ground, and after this weekend I think I might see if a few more people want to maybe come shop the greenhouse or something, and then I'm calling it quits. Anything that's not sold after this weekend is going in the ground, because they're kind of looking a little puny. So I've got to get my flowers in the ground, and I'll try to take y'all along when I do that. But overall, I was really happy with the one day of plant sales. I have been selling a lot along the way this week, because when people found out about it, they come to me and told me specifically what they wanted, and I brought it in to work before today so I could make sure they got what they wanted. So I have been selling a little bit along the way, and I have to say, like, I'm really proud of myself for putting myself out there and doing it, and I've actually been a little bit surprised by the success that I've seen. So hopefully this is something that I can continue doing. Whatever I don't sell and whatever I plant, I'm going to try to do the produce sales and the cut flower sales maybe this summer. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But so far, I've really enjoyed it. Been a little anxious about it, been a little nervous. Still learning when is the appropriate time to plant what vegetable, what flower, to make it look the best and most presentable at the time of the sale. So I'm taking good notes, and I highly suggest that if you're a grower of any kind, if you're wanting to do a plant sale, you take good notes as well, because that is going to be very valuable in years to come. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. But today I think was very successful, and this week has been very successful. So I highly encourage you to get out there and plant beautiful things, grow beautiful things, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. So, you want to come say hey, Kurt? I guess that's a no.